Alright, let's talk about one of the most crucial skills for any side hustler: time management. When you're juggling a day job, personal life, and a side hustle, every minute counts. So, let's dive into how you can make the most of your time. First things first, you need to figure out when you're most productive. Are you a morning person, night owl, or somewhere in between? This is key because you want to tackle your side hustle when you're at your best, and when you will consistently find motivation to keep going. Many side hustlers find early mornings or late nights work well. Why? Because these are times when the world is quiet and you're less likely to be interrupted. But hey, if your sweet spot is during lunch breaks or weekend afternoons, that's fine too. The important thing is to identify your peak productivity hours and leverage them. Now, you also have to commit to consistency. If you let your side hustle drift for a week or two, there is a good chance you will never pick it back up. I schedule specific days and times for my side hustle so that I make continual progress. Consistent daily effort keeps your momentum going and helps you make steady progress. Still, you will have to experiment to find the right balance for your situation. While consistency is key, you also need to be realistic about how much time you can commit. It's easy to get excited and say, "I'll work on my side hustle for 2 hours every night." But if that's not sustainable with your lifestyle and your other obligations, you're setting yourself up for burnout. Side hustles require hustle. There's no two ways about it. It is important to know that on the front end before you choose your hustle, because the tension between your side hustle and your other priorities will always be there. And the two extremes can be equally as detrimental to your success. You will never make it off the ground if you don't commit enough time to your project. On the other hand, if you ignore your other commitments and relationships, there's a good chance you will burn out completely. Instead, start small. Maybe it's 45 minutes a day or an hour 3 times a week. Whatever it is, make sure it's something you can stick to. You can always ramp up later as your side hustle grows and you figure things out. So let's take a few minutes right now to think about how you will approach your side hustle. Grab a pen and paper right now and let's come up with a plan. Look at your weekly routine and consider when you are at your best. Are you a morning person or a night person? Consider whether you can realistically create pockets of free time that intersect with your peak productivity. Most of us are very busy people, so you may not see free time on your calendar. Now is the time to dig deep and think about what sacrifices you are willing to make. Can you get up earlier in the morning? Do you have a hobby like Saturday golf or Netflix binging that you need to cut back on to make this side hustle work? Take some time to look at your schedule. Be realistic but also creative, and pinpoint the times when you think you can work on your side hustle. Block out specific times for your side hustle. Treat these like any other important appointment that you might add to your calendar. In fact, communicate your schedule to family or roommates. Let them know when you'll be focusing on your side hustle. Use a calendar app or planner to keep track of your schedule. Your schedule might need to flex sometimes, and that's okay. The goal is to have a general structure, not a rigid timetable. The bottom line is that prioritizing your side hustle will be important, and developing a plan will help you drive consistency. Still, your time will be limited. This is especially true when you are just starting and feel like there are a million tasks to complete. I will tell you from experience that one of the most challenging parts of having a side hustle is being efficient and prioritizing the right tasks. So, now that you have a schedule, I recommend that you also think through how you will make the most of your time. Not all tasks are created equal. Some will move your side hustle forward more than others. Each week, identify your top 3 priorities. These are the tasks that will have the biggest impact on your progress. When you sit down to work on your side hustle, tackle these high-priority tasks first. This ensures that even if you don't get to everything, you've made meaningful progress on what matters most. Now, at some point, you are likely to hit a wall when you feel distracted or have trouble focusing. That's okay. We've all been there. The key is to find techniques or systems to help you get back on the right track. If you're not sure how to do this, here are a few quick ideas. Use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique has you work in focused 25-minute bursts, followed by short breaks. In fact, you can use productivity apps to track your time and stay focused. If your side hustle requires a repetitive task, batch similar tasks together for efficiency. Lastly, eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications when working on your side hustle. Don't forget to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Acknowledge the work you're putting in and the steps you're taking towards your goals. Remember, good time management is a skill. It takes practice. You might not get it perfect right away, and that's okay. The key is to keep refining your approach until you find a rhythm that works for you. In our next section, we'll explore specific side hustle ideas and how to choose the right one for you. But for now, start thinking about how to carve out time in your schedule for your side hustle. Your future self will thank you for the effort you put in today. Let's make every minute count on your side hustle journey.